running.
What's up guys? In today's video I'm going to try to get the Freedom Civic back up and running. If you guys aren't familiar with the Freedom Civic, this thing made its first appearance on the Tavares YouTube channel. He picked this thing up, did some modifications to it, and raced it for a few videos, and once he was done with it, he gave it to Cletus. That's where it got its name, the Freedom Civic. They took turns driving it for a video and they broke the transmission, and the car was sitting for a little bit, and then when me and Brent came down here, they basically offered us the car to do what we want with it. Pretty much said you guys can have it, fix it up, go race it. So Brent found all the parts to fix the transmission in this car. He pulled the tranny out, completely rebuilt it, and Brent got it all up and running again. And then we took it to the track shortly after with me driving, and the car ran pretty good. It did like a low 11, but then we ended up hurting something in the engine, and then Brent ended up taking the car back to Colorado, and the plan was to rebuild it down there and get it ready to race again once they came back out to Florida. But due to time, they didn't get it put all the way back together. They did have the parts to put it back together, they just didn't get it done down in Colorado, so they ended up bringing the car and everything back with it, and they were planning on rebuilding it here at the Florida shop, but while he was putting everything back together, it didn't go so well, and it's been sitting ever since, and I'll show you guys what the issue is with the car. So this is what she's looked like for the last couple months, ever since Brent almost had it put back together. Has a thing of bubble wrap sitting on the valve cover there. That's because we kept it outside and we wanted to wrap it up so it didn't get too destroyed by the weather, but she is covered in leaves. The windshield's all nasty and gross, definitely needs to be cleaned off. It has been just rotting away on the side of the shop for some time now, but the reason we couldn't get it all the way back together the day Brent was down here was when he was torquing this head down, he accidentally stripped one of the head studs inside the block. It actually might have been two, but I know for a fact one of them is completely stripped out, and we didn't have a time cert kit or anything that day, so unfortunately we kind of left it how it was. We ran out of time, and then all the guys ended up going back to Colorado, and she has just been sitting ever since. So what I'm going to be doing today is getting the head pulled back off, and I have a time cert kit right over there, and we are going to time cert the one bad hole, if not possibly two of them, and then we can retorque the head down and then get everything put back onto the car, because other than that, everything else is ready to go. We only stripped those two holes, so once the head is back on and torqued, we can get the turbo kit back on, get it all put back together, set the timing, and she should fire up. But there's definitely a lot of work to do, so we're gonna go ahead and unwrap this thing and get to it. Let's see what we're working with here. Oh, that is gross. All right, get the bubble wrap out of the way. Looks like he put a trash bag underneath the valve cover here. It looks like this is just, oh, he freaking electrical taped it all down. So we're just gonna rip all that off. Well, at least that looks pretty clean. Definitely was a good idea to cover that up. All right, I just went and grabbed the torque wrench and tried to torque them all down to find out which one is the bad hole. And it turns out it is this guy right there. You can see the top of that stud poking out, and that's because as I kept tightening it down, it just kept pulling the stud up farther out of the block. The rest of them are all the way down. They all torqued good except for that one. So it looks like it is just the one that is bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the head off and get to time certing that hole right there, and we should be good to start putting everything back together. Alright, I just got the head pulled off of the car. All the head studs look good except for the one that came out of the stripped hole right there. This is the only one with some material on the bottom. If you look right here, you can see all of the threads that it just pulled up with it. I could literally unscrew that and have a little spring made out of aluminum right there. So I gotta get all of that off of this head stud, and we'll be good to put that back in. But until we can do that, we have to repair this hole real quick. So we have a time cert kit right here on the ground. It's pretty straightforward how this works. You guys will understand real quick. All you do is bolt that guy down, and then there is this pin right here with this little bushing. You basically place this guy right there on the hole that needs to be repaired. This pin will line up the hole to make sure that it is perfectly centered. You tighten this plate down, and then you leave that bushing in place so that it keeps everything nice and centered inside the hole. You run this drill bit down through that bushing. It'll make a nice straight cut through all the old threads there, and then you run this tap through there, tap it out, and then you take one of the time certs, which is these little guys in here, and then you place that on the end of the little insert tool, which is right here. Screw that in there with some sealer, which is basically just Loctite. It will Loctite the cert in place, take it all apart, and then we are ready to go again. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. Alright, the time cert is done. I shine my light down there to make sure everything's looking good, and it's seated all the way down nicely. Made sure I got the hole cleaned out after tapping and drilling and everything like that. So we are good to go. Just got to clean everything back off, and we can start reassembling this engine, get the head back on there, and start putting this thing back together. I just opened up the back hatch to get this box out of the back because there's some parts in there that I need, and I found a whole colony of like little tree frogs living in the back of the Civic. There's 3 of them right there, and there's this guy crawling along the back here. We got freaking frogs living up in the Freedom Civic here. You guys are gonna have to find a new home, or it's gonna get real rowdy if you stay there. Well, I just about have everything put back together on the Freedom Civic here. We're just missing the charge pipe and a couple other little things, but I got it all put back together. Timing set, timing belt is on, coils are on, valve cover obviously, manifold, all the oil lines are tight, got oil in the engine there. So we are ready to fire this thing up. I've been letting the battery charge, and we'll see if she wants to start for us. It has been so long since I put a B series back together, and I only did one, so we'll see if we know what I'm doing, see if this thing will fire up. Definitely need to give this Civic a bath. Absolutely disgusting in here, but let's see if she wants to pop over for us. Oh, that was fast. It's already about to run. It's popping. It's trying. Come on. I think I need to put a throttle cable on there. I have no gas. It's one of the other little things I need to button up. It's trying though. That is a good sign. Let's hook the throttle cable up real quick, and then I can give it some gas in the car, and I think she's gonna fire right up. Alright, the throttle cable is on there. Let's try this again. Come on. Not quite. It's trying. Oh, she's running. There it is. Woo! Yes. Oh shit, dude. Oh, we're spraying fuel.
We got a hell of a leak.
We're spraying fuel.
Out of the bod. Oh, this is finger tight, son. Way to go.
Forgot to get that one.
Nice, dude.
She's running, dude.
It's gonna be a certified ripper.
I like how I'm working on a car for you to drive, and then you work on my car so I can drive them.
Yep. Yeah, swapping roles, you know, it's the modern thing to do these days.
She sounds pretty good.
Yeah, not bad, dude.
She's idling.
This thing's gonna be sick.
Just gotta snug up that fuel fitting that I forgot to tighten, and we're ready to roll.
Pressure gauge?
What?
This one have an oil pressure gauge?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Solid. Send it. Hell yeah.
She lives.
Ready to go do some pulls?
Stick that charge pipe on there and
let's go rip it.
she ready to rip, baby.
Throttle cable. Oh, throttle cable's hooked up. We're ready, dude. Brother, what have you done to my floor? Your floor, but my floor.
Dude, the Civic collected some leaves when it was sitting outside. That was just from working on it. We haven't even tried to wash it off yet.
Nuts.
Oh no, dude. Larry, dude.
Damn, burnt to a crisp.
I think Larry got trapped in the Civic and died, dude.
Poor Larry, dude.
Man. Poor guy. We'll have to go have a burial for him. A funeral. Rude. Got that dual ball bearing Terpsky on there. I'm surprised how well it runs considering it's been sitting over there for months. The fuel lines have had nothing covering them. There's leaves and grime everywhere, so we probably need to go over the car, make sure nothing's too clogged up, but it sounds healthy. Well, we got the Civic pulled out. It sounded like it's running great, but now we're gonna go ahead and give this thing a much deserved and well-needed bath, because it is disgusting.
Let's go, dude! Let's go! This could be a whole new car, dude. Dude. Holy God, my God.
Dang, dude, whole new car. Got her all washed up. Just gotta get all these leaves out of the way, but
dude, it's crazy.
She cleans up all right.
It's crazy how dirty they get sitting out here for such a short amount of time.
I mean, it was a couple months, but...
Well, yeah, but I like pressure washed off the truck a little bit in my truck, and it's just crazy the amount of like pollen and grime and crap that just...
Yeah, well, especially over there, sitting over by your house under the tree.
Yeah.
All the leaves just falling down right on it.
My house is doing great so far, though.
Yeah.
No leaks, dude.
Yeah, you're keeping that thing cleaned up real good.
Yeah, I get out there, I polish it every morning, give it a little wax on, wax off. You know, you really got to take care of your properties down here, you know.
Yeah, you're taking real good care of
I'm trying to
her.
expand on my real estate portfolio, so if I can keep them in good shape, then I can lease them out. I got another property I'm looking at right now, so I think very soon I'm gonna be upgrading to an even bigger shed. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully coming weeks I'll make the close. I'll close on that deal and be pretty sweet, man. You know, moving up in the world.
You want to drive it?
Yep.
Go for it.
You want to see a sick burnout?
And the clutch doesn't work the greatest, so keep that in mind too.
That's a very vital flaw there, buddy.
Huh.
Can't roll the window down with the door shut.
Because the cage is in the way?
The cage is in the way. All right.
Oh, and if you didn't know about this on this car, we did not do this. So people that question our jankiness, if you want to see the air fuel, you got to turn the running lights on.
What?
Then it comes on.
Alright. Sick.
Nice. She sounds good, dude.
Can I get a oh yeah?
Oh yeah. Freedom Civic's coming back.
Feels good to be back in the seat of a B-Series Civic, baby.
She's so much cleaner now. Just about ready to go.
She looks good.
Yep. Hopefully
really
next
good.
video we'll maybe do a couple rips or something.
Go do some private road rips.
We do need to fix that rear mount too though. It was wiggling. I saw it that time after you drove it in.
That's what I thought.
I think that back mount.
He stripped out one of the T-bolt bolts, or T-bracket bolts. So
yeah, motor's a little loose.
Kit for that because I did that on my car too. So
yeah, this thing has a lot of stripped out bolts on it, but that's okay. We'll get it fixed up.
You don't have that on them big jobs.
Well guys, that's going to about do it for today's video on the Freedom Civic. We've been meaning to get this thing pulled in here and get it running again for quite some time now. We finally got it running again. We just got to get the radiator and a couple other little things buttoned up on the car and it will be good to go. And I think our plan with the car is to hopefully take it down to the track, especially when everyone else is down here, and we can do like a little driver battle and we can all take turns driving the car, see who can make the best pass in it. And then also I think it would be a good car just to let Wyatt rip around. If we have it running when we're at events and stuff, we might as well bring it along so we have something for him to drive, since his truck is going to be down for a long time. It still looks like that up there on the lift.
Yeah, it's not going to be fit.
It's just a bare frame, so yeah, this will be a good little ripper for us. Better to have it running than just to have it on the side of the shop sitting. So more updates to come on this thing. Hopefully in the next video we'll be out there ripping it around and tuning on it some. So hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you in the next video.